I learned something about pain. It never needed a voice. My tears already told the truth. Everybody heard me say I'm okay. Nobody heard what my silence meant. I smiled in pictures, then went home and stared at a ceiling that knew every conversation I was too afraid to have. I kept trophies on my shelf while my confidence collected dust. People clapped for the version they loved, but the version that needed love stayed hidden in the shadows. Every "you'll be fine" felt like another brick added to the wall I built around my heart. I became an expert at surviving conversations without letting anybody notice I was drowning. The loudest scream I ever made never left my chest. So tell me, if I fooled the whole world, why couldn't I fool myself? My tears never lied, even when my mouth did. They knew every battle I was too ashamed to admit. They felt like evidence across the pages of my life. Everybody believed my smile, but my tears never lied. I blame the mirror for showing me someone I didn't recognize anymore. I chased perfection like it owed me peace, only to discover peace doesn't live inside applause. Some nights the darkness knew my name better than my closest friends. I kept asking God, are you listening? Then I realized sometimes heaven answers by keeping you alive long enough to become the answer someone else is praying for. That thought kept my heartbeat from becoming another memory. Maybe healing isn't waking up without scars. Maybe it's learning not to hate the person who carries them. My tears never lied, they never needed permission. Every drop was a sentence my heart couldn't speak. The pain was real, the fear was real, but somehow so was the hope. People think strength looks like never falling. They don't see the 1,000 times you choose tomorrow. After wanting yesterday to be your last chapter, the strongest people aren't the ones who never cry. They're the ones who wipe their face, stand back up, and keep walking while their knees still remember how hard they hit the ground. If you're listening and your heart feels heavy, don't let pain become your identity. It's a chapter, not your name. I still have questions, still have scars, still fight battles nobody applauds. But I'd rather walk through an honest storm than live forever inside a beautiful lie. My tears never lie. My tears never lie. They carried every prayer I couldn't say out loud, every broken dream, every silent night, every reason I almost quit. But they also witnessed every sunrise I thought I'd never see. So maybe these tears were never signs of weakness. Maybe they were proof I survived. If your tears could tell your story, would they say you gave up, or that you kept going even when nobody knew? Comment below. What is one battle your tears told the truth about that your words never could? Trying to erase memories like they were mistakes, instead of proof that I actually survived them. Funny how pain works. It convinces you that you're behind while everybody else is moving forward. But social media never showed the panic attacks, the empty bedrooms, the prayers whispered at 3 in the morning when the world was too asleep to hear them. I remember staring at my own reflection, asking, who are you becoming? The mirror stayed silent, because that answer was mine to discover. I stopped expecting people to understand battles they never had to fight. Some roads were designed to be walked alone, not because you were abandoned, but because that's where courage learns your name. I carry guilt like it deserved a permanent room inside my heart, replaying conversations, second-guessing decisions, wondering if one different choice would have changed my entire life. Maybe, maybe not. Eventually I got tired of arguing with a past that couldn't hear me. You can't heal by putting today's heartbeat on trial for yesterday's wounds. Some people will remember the worst version of you. Let them. Your future doesn't need permission from people who stopped believing before you started growing. The hardest apology I ever made was looking in the mirror and saying, I'm sorry for blaming you for everything that happened to us. Faith wasn't easy. There were mornings I opened my eyes. Without opening my heart, I wanted answers. Instead, life handed me silence. I thought silence meant abandonment.
Now I wonder,
maybe silence was heaven, teaching me to recognize His voice without depending on my circumstances. Sometimes the miracle isn't the mountain moving.
sometimes
The miracle is realizing you became stronger while trying to push it. I kept asking for an easier life. God kept building a stronger soul. I hated the process until one day I realized the person I prayed to become could never have been born inside comfort. If pain could speak today, it would probably admit it underestimated me and thought another heartbreak would finish the job. Another betrayal would make me quit. Another lonely night would convince me nobody cared. But every scar I left behind became another reminder that I'm still standing, still breathing, still believing there's purpose hidden inside everything I once called broken. People ask me,
how did you survive?
Truth is,
some days
I didn't feel strong. I just refused to let my last sentence become my final chapter.
there's a difference.
Strength
Isn't always loud.
sometimes
Straight
it's simply deciding
to wake up tomorrow
one more time. Maybe my tears never lie, because tears don't know how to impress people.
They don't chase applause.
They don't wear masks.
They simply fall
Exactly where truth
lives one day.
the people who only saw your smile will finally understand.
Why your eyes always looked so tired.
Until then,
Keep fighting,
keep healing,
keep believing.
because one day the chapter you almost gave up in will become the testimony that helps someone else refuse to quit.
If your life had one chapter title,
Right now, what would it be?
drop it in the comments.
Someone reading it today might realize they're not fighting us. Well, I don't smile the way I used to. Truth is, the smile never left. It just got tired of covering wounds that refuse to heal overnight. Nobody tells you that healing can actually hurt more than breaking, because breaking happens once. Healing makes you relive it again and again and again. Every step forward pulled another memory out of the shadows. Every victory reminded me of the person who almost never lived long enough to celebrate it. I wasn't scared of dying, I was scared of becoming someone who forgot how to feel anything. So I cried, not because I was weak, because numbness would have been a much scarier ending. There are conversations I never had. There are conversations I replay every day. Words I wish I'd spoken, apologies I should have made, goodbyes I never got the chance to say. It's amazing how one moment can echo for years. One decision, one phone call, one text never answered, one hug never given. Life doesn't always give you another opportunity. That's why I've stopped assuming people know how much they mean to me, because flowers don't help much after the funeral. Love people while they can still hear your voice, not after you're speaking to their picture. For years, I thought the people who betrayed me were my biggest enemies. I was wrong, the biggest enemy lived inside my own thoughts. Every compliment it called a lie, every opportunity it called luck, every dream it called impossible. Imagine fighting a battle where the person holding the weapon is you. That's exhausting. But one morning I got tired of losing to someone who only existed inside my head. So I stopped believing every thought just because it sounded like mine. Not every voice in your mind deserves
a microphone.
How do you explain a pain that doesn't leave bruises? How do you tell someone you're exhausted when you've barely moved all day? Depression doesn't always scream.
Sometimes it whispers.
It tells you to stay in bed, to cancel plans, to disappear quietly, to believe nobody would notice. And that's the lie I almost believed, until one message, one stranger, one prayer reminded me. Sometimes God keeps people alive just long enough to become someone else's reason to stay alive. I don't know who needs to hear that today,
But if you're breathing, your story isn't over.
I used to pray for easier battles, now I pray for stronger shoulders, because mountains don't disappear just because you act nicely.
Sometimes
God doesn't remove the storm, He teaches you how to walk through the rain without forgetting who's holding the umbrella. I wanted miracles,
He gave me endurance.
I wanted answers,
He gave me wisdom.
I wanted escape.
He gave me purpose.
Looking back, those gifts lasted much longer than the answers I thought I needed.
Everyone knows
The version of me that showed up,
nobody knows.
the version that almost stayed home, the version who sat in the car for 20 minutes trying to convince himself to walk inside,
The version who laughed.
so nobody would ask questions,
The version
who memorized how to fake being okay. If you've ever done that,
you're not crazy.
you're tired. There's a difference.
Some tired people,
Don't need judgment.
they need hope.
If someone read my tears like a journal, they discover the prayers I never finished, the fears I never admitted.
The dreams are buried because failure looked louder than faith, but they'd also read.
Every morning,
I got back up.
every night,
I chose tomorrow.
every scar,
That became a reminder,
not of what broke me,
but of what couldn't break me.
maybe that's why my tears never lied.
Because tears don't perform, they don't pretend, they don't compete.
They simply tell the truth long before we're brave enough to say it ourselves. If your tears could write one sentence about your life, what would they say? Trying to rescue everyone else that I forgot. The person bleeding was standing in my own shoes. I became the therapist who needed therapy, the encourager who secretly needed encouragement, the shoulder everybody cried on without realizing mine was collapsing under the weight of pretending I was stronger than I actually felt. The scary part wasn't crying, it was getting so used to hiding it that even I forgot what honesty sounded like. My mind was the loudest room, yeah. There were nights my bedroom was completely silent, but my mind sounded like a stadium full of voices telling me you'll never change, you'll always be broken, you've already failed, you should have been farther by now. I kept trying to shut them up until I realized the goal wasn't making the voices disappear. The goal was learning which voice deserved my attention. Fear or faith. I used to think growing up meant becoming fearless. Now I know it means looking fear straight in the face and refusing to let it write your future. The version of me that people miss couldn't have survived the battles I'm fighting today. I didn't lose myself. I buried the person who settled for less when nobody checked on me. It's strange, the phone stayed quiet the moment I stopped pretending everything was okay. I learned something, people notice your highlights, very few recognize your disappearances. So I stopped waiting for someone to ask if I was alright. Instead, I started becoming the person I kept praying would walk into my life. Turns out, sometimes the hero you're waiting for is the one looking back at you in the mirror. Everybody had plans for my future, nobody asked how heavy their expectations felt. I kept chasing versions of success that looked amazing from the outside, while my soul was quietly running out of breath. Achieving without peace, still an empty room. I'd rather lose applause than lose myself, trying to earn it. The scars earn it.
Scars are funny.
They don't ask whether you're ready to remember one smell, one song, one conversation, and suddenly you're standing in yesterday again. But here's what healing taught me: memories can visit without becoming your permanent address. The pain may knock, You don't have to invite it to stay.
My faith wasn't perfect.
I won't pretend my faith never shook. There were days I prayed and wondered if my words hit the ceiling before they reached heaven. But looking back, maybe God wasn't ignoring me. Maybe He was building me in places I couldn't see yet. Seeds don't look alike while they're growing underground, neither did I.
I refused to become my pain.
Pain introduced itself like it planned to stay forever. It unpacked every fear, every regret, every failure. It whispered, this is who you are now. I almost believed it, then I remembered. Pain
Can't influence a story, but it doesn't get to choose the ending. So I picked up the broken pieces, not because I knew how to fix them, but because leaving them there meant accepting a life
I was never meant to live. The day I forgave myself.
the hardest prison I ever lived in didn't have bars, it had memories. Replay mistakes like they were movies I couldn't pause. Every failure became another reason to doubt the person I was becoming.
Then one day, I asked myself,
If God still offers me grace,
why am I refusing to give myself the same gift?
that question changed everything. My tears never asked to be understood. They simply fell whenever my heart couldn't carry another secret. People thought they were weakness. I call them receipts, proof that I kept loving when it hurt, kept believing when it seemed impossible.
Kept waking up when quitting looked easier.
Because every tear that touched the ground
Watered the version of me that refused to die.
What are the version of me that refused to die?